What's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. Today, I want to give you a breakdown on how you can get 1 to 3 dates per week with beautiful women. All right. I'm basically going to tell you exactly what I did last year. Last year, when we were in the midst of a pandemic, right? And they had us locked down and told us we got to wear masks and told us social distancing and all this shit. And everybody was saying, "Oh, Cold Approach is dead now. You can only use a dating app and all this bullshit." During that pandemic last year, I was going out, I was cold approaching, I had my mask on, women had their masks on. And during that time, I was cold approaching and I got it to a point where I was getting 3 dates per week with attractive women who I was meeting in the grocery store, in the department store, wherever, during the pandemic. Okay? Now, once I achieved this is what gives me so much confidence to speak about this, because that was the most difficult time to do cold approach and I was still pulling it off. So I just, when I hear an excuse, I'm like, yo, that's bullshit, man. Because during the goddamn pandemic, I was making this shit work. So anyway, I'm just going to break down how I was able to do it. So essentially, my game with women is not super technical. Like, I'm not like a nerdy dude that's like following the perfect method to get the girl. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm just expressing my masculinity. I'm just being a masculine, grounded man who goes for what he wants, and I just do it consistently. That's how I get women. And then I understand that we have the ability to be aesthetic, meaning you can make yourself look good, right? Like, you don't have to be a pretty boy. You don't have to be perfect, but you can make yourself look good. You can work on your physique, right? You can figure out a style that works for you. You can get some nice ass cologne, right? You can work on your communication so you sound good when you speak. You can get accessories. You know what I mean? Like, there's things you can do to make yourself interesting as a man. So when you approach a woman, it's not like you're going up and just being an average dude walking up to her. It's like, when you walk up to her, you need to get her attention. Bro, you are a stranger. When you walk up to a woman, you're a stranger. She already has men pursuing her in her social circle, right? So it makes more sense for her to get with those men. So if you're going to walk up to her as a stranger, you got to make sure you leave an impression. Like, you got to make sure when you walk up as a king. You communicate as a king. You got to stand out. You got to destroy the competition. All those other men, you have to destroy them. So when you walk up, you got to be confident as fuck. You can't walk up nervous as fuck, because she's just going to be like, okay, like, friend zone. She's just going to friend zone you, or she's going to say, no, thank you, I'm not interested, right? Which she should, because a woman is supposed to find the best man that she can get and mate with him. That is what nature wants. Nature wants the best man to get with the most attractive woman and mate. That is what nature wants. So don't be butthurt when a girl rejects you or girl's not interested if you haven't been amplifying your characteristics and making yourself the most sexiest version of yourself. Like, when a guy comes and says, "Oh man, I'm not getting no girls and stuff," I look at him and I'm like, bro, you're not the sexiest version of yourself. Like, you could work on your physique. You could work on your communication. You could work on your style. Why are you not doing it? Like, why are you just being a regular version of yourself? Yeah, you can make it work like that, but that's just going to be difficult. Like, how are you going to beat me if I show up? Right? I'm showing up ripped, confident as fuck, sexy archetype, great communication, all these things going for me. How are you going to beat me? Okay, well, it's not even about me, but there's other guys. You got to remember, there's other guys that are pursuing this girl. How are you going to stand out? You see what I'm saying? And it's fun to create your character. It's fun to amplify your characteristics. It's fun to become the best version of yourself. And I'm not saying do it for women. We're just talking about women right now, and I'm telling you what works. You should do it for yourself, because you want to feel good. She's responding to how you feel. If you feel like a king, she will treat you like a king. And so depending on, the type of guy you are, you got to get to that feeling. And for me, I feel like a king when I'm behaving like a king, when I'm working on myself like a king, when I'm treating myself like a king, right? Taking care of myself, eating well, dressing well, hanging with cool people, positive vibes, getting around positive people, getting smarter, reading books, learning new shit. You know what I mean? Working out, pushing myself, like doing shit that makes me feel like a man. So then when I approach the woman, she could feel the masculinity. That's how I get women. I get women by demonstrating masculinity and then being aesthetic too. Okay? Like combining the two. So when you walk up to a woman, there's a feeling. Because women respond to feeling. They don't give a fuck about the logic. Who's logically the best guy for her? No. Who's the guy that triggers her emotionally, that turns her on? That's the guy. And so you do that through your presentation, through your character, right? So I'm telling you, if you want to get 3 dates per week, here's how you do it. Okay? First, you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, are you sexy? Do you feel sexy? Do you feel like you deserve 9s and 10s? Do you feel like you deserve the finest girls out there? Do you feel like you deserve it? Yes or no? Because if you don't feel like you deserve it, you're not going to get it. You got to feel like you deserve it. And how do you get to this point where you feel like you deserve it? You put your work in. You work on yourself. As I said, you take what you've been given and you maximize it. Right? When you know that you're working on yourself, when you know that you're a rising stock, you feel good. You feel good about yourself. So that's the first thing. You got to feel sexy. Then from there, you can't just feel sexy and stay in your house all day. Now you feel sexy, go out there and talk to some women. Talk to some women. The reason I was getting 3 dates per week is because I was out there talking to women. Right? If I just stayed in my house and said, oh, there's a pandemic, I can't talk to anybody, I wouldn't have got no girls. I would have went through a dry spell or some shit. But I said, fuck that. I'm going out. I'm going to go talk to some women. And you do that consistently. Not 1 time a week, not 2 times a week. If you could do it every day, great. And look, it could just be 5 women a day. Or maybe even 3 women a day. What I'm saying is the consistency needs to be there. It's kind of like if you're doing sales. Right? If you're doing sales, you can't just do sales one day and then think you're going to make money. You got to be consistent. So if you want to get women and you want to use cold approach, you got to be consistent with it. Now what happens, this is the game I play. What happens is when you start going and doing cold approach, if you've never done it before, in the beginning, it's going to be awkward, okay? You're going to get rejected. You're going to not be confident. You're going to be doubting yourself. Like, of course, man, when you do something you never done before, you can't expect to be amazing. However, if you stick with it, you stay consistent, and you go at it with the right approach, you stay positive, always bringing good vibes, always, not being too attached to the outcome, you know what I mean? Like having fun with it, just going into it with the right mindset. Over time, you start to build up confidence. You start to get grounded in your masculinity. You start to give less fucks. And then your energy comes across. Your masculine energy comes across when you communicate to a woman, and she can feel it. And when she feels it, that's when she goes into her feminine energy, and that's when attraction is created. It's when the masculine and the feminine come together, and now that leads to creation. Your masculine energy is your order, it's your assertiveness, it's your penetration, and then her feminine energy is her being receptive. But she will only be receptive if your masculine energy is strong enough. Right? That's why you need to build up your confidence. That's why you need to become grounded in your masculinity. If I walk up to a woman and I'm like, excuse me, like doubting myself with my head down and shit like that, she's not gonna be interested. Doesn't matter how great my physique is, and if she is interested, then, I don't know why, because nature wants the feminine woman to get with the masculine man. That's what nature wants. So if she's getting with me and I'm not demonstrating masculinity, there's probably something else she's seeing, right? And I don't know what it is. Maybe she's seeing some opportunity to use me because she's seeing my weakness, right? But what they truly want is they want a powerful man who can lead a woman. A woman wants to be led. Her feminine energy is meant to be led by your order. Meaning, you have a vision, you have a purpose, you're living your life, you're doing your thing. That's why I talk about you want to be a king who's building his kingdom. And then when you see a woman, you approach her with this frame. I'm a king, I'm building my kingdom. I see you, you're cute, you're attractive. Now I'm talking to you to see if you'd be a good fit to come into my kingdom. That is the frame. The frame is not, oh, you're so beautiful, I'd do anything for you. Oh my goodness, wow, you're so amazing. Oh my goodness. No, that's not how you get the woman. That's a very weak ass strategy. Okay, your strategy needs to be strength, power, right? Masculinity. And being assertive. And yes, you know, there's this tendency when you see a beautiful woman, you think you need to be soft. And no, she wants to feel that masculinity. It needs to be calibrated. So, for example, if I approach a woman, like I walk up to her and say, excuse me. I know it's kind of random, but I just want to say I think you are attractive. And I just wanted to say what's up. And I might step back. Just to show her I'm not too thirsty. You know what I mean? So I let her feel some of the masculine energy, and then I pull it back. You know, it's like you give her a taste, but you don't give it a full thing. Now it's time for her to show her feminine energy and see if you're qualifying her now. You put yourself out there to show her, look, I'm a confident man. I'm walking up to you and I'm telling you I think you're attractive. Now let's hear what you have to say. If she says, oh, I'm not interested, then you look at her and you smile. You say, okay, have a good one. And you walk off. Who gives a fuck? She missed out. Now, if you say, hey, I think you're attractive, and she says, oh, hey, hi, thank you so much. Sometimes they'll say, oh, I think you're attractive too. Or they'll just say, hey, thank you. And you'll be like, yeah. My name's Trey. What's your name? You know, and then you go into it. You know, well, what, you just doing some shopping here? You just get what is that? Oh, you about to cook some pasta, huh? You know, you just start vibing. You just start having a good time. And it's chill vibes. But that masculinity needs to come across, because that's how you create attraction. And that masculinity is you being unapologetic in your assertiveness, unapologetic in your sexuality. You are a beautiful woman. I am a masculine man. And we were put on this planet to mate. And I am not apologizing for that. I'm not apologizing for that. However, I'm socially intelligent. I'm not going to walk up to you and say, hey, I want to mate with you. No, but the vibe is saying that. The vibe is saying, I'm a sexual man and I'm talking to you because I'm interested in you sexually. However, you don't fully have me. You just caught my interest. Now let's see. Let me qualify. Let me see if you are a right fit for my kingdom. So you talk to her and you're qualifying her through the vibe. I qualify women based on their compliance and their receptiveness to my vibe. So it's not even so much what I'm saying, it's the feeling. That's why you need to be grounded in your masculinity, so you could feel the vibes. You don't want to be stuck in your head like, oh, what do I say next? What do I do next? That shit doesn't work, bro. That shit makes you miserable, and that shit sucks. What you truly want is you want to be able to communicate to a woman and be relaxed and be comfortable and enjoy the ride. And even if she says no, you should be able to stay masculine, stay grounded, and stay relaxed. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if she's doesn't see my value? That is her loss. She lost the opportunity to be with a king. Good luck. Hopefully she can find a king. She's not going to find one. She's not going to find one. She's just going to find a guy that's going to fuck her and then leave. Okay? But you're a fucking king. You fuck women, but you bring them into your kingdom and you uplift them. That's what I do. I'm not the dude that, you know, maybe they think that or whatever, but I'm not that dude. I fuck, yeah, I'm trying to fuck, but I'm not gonna just throw the girl away. I'm not like that, right? I want to help the girl, right? When a girl gives me her replication value, meaning she lets me have sex with her, I appreciate that shit, right? Because I wasn't always that guy. Middle school and high school, I couldn't get a girl to save my life. So when I get a girl, I appreciate that shit. However, I don't put a girl on no pedestal, right? Because I understand a man and woman is supposed to mate. It's not like this great, her pussy is not this great thing that No, we're supposed to have sex. As long as I'm demonstrating that I'm a powerful masculine man that can handle her and lead her, then she should, and I can protect her and make her feel safe and lead her into the experiences she wants, then she should give up her replication value. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, if women are putting you in the friend zone and shit like that, bring up your value. Bring up your masculinity. Embrace your sexuality more. Don't compromise. If you see a girl trying to put you in a friend zone, then cut the communication. Just don't allow it. You can only be in a friend zone if you allow that shit. I don't allow it. Girl try to put me in a friend zone, I cut the communication quickly. Because I don't need friends. I don't need friends. Okay? If I have my tribe, right? Like I have men that I hang out with, right? And that's cool. I like to talk to men. If I want to have